Hello, folks. This is Kevin from Good Day, Good Prayers. I'm going to be talking to you for a few days on something that really needs to be discussed now. The reason I'm going to discuss it now is that we are not very far away from having the big, beautiful bill put into place. And everybody who is in the economy in the United States needs to understand what is happening. Now, in 2001, the system, which was called NESARA at the time, was to be implemented. Well, the globalists did not want it implemented because what it was going to do was going to give $10 trillion back to the American people. And so what did they do on September 11th? They bombed a whole bunch of buildings, blamed it on planes, blamed it on Al-Qaeda and whoever else they could get away with blaming it on. They stole the $10 trillion that was supposed to go to the American people. And suddenly, everything had dried up. Well, the alliance was not happy about that. President Trump was not happy about that. If you'll remember, some of the attacks took place in New York, and that was where President Trump lived at the time, and he was not happy. I believe that was probably the time when he finally signed on once and for all to the alliance. It was bad enough that he had seen people being assassinated in this country, but when they start doing what they did on September 11th, I believe that was the tipping point for the entire alliance. They decided at that point in time that they were going to make a move. We're going to talk about those moves. We're going to talk about what has changed, and we're going to then talk about all of the points that needed to be implemented, and those will be implemented, by the way. There are a lot of different parts to your life. There's the health, there's the economy, there's the education, there's the media, there's all of the different ways in which the globalists control your life, to the point where they tax you to death and you have very little disposable income to be able to do the things that you want to do. That's all going to change under the alliance plan over the next year, 2 years, 3 years, depending on how long it takes it to be implemented. You're going to have the freedom that you need to do whatever you want to do. And that's going to be the beauty of the whole thing. Investments are not going to be something that are elusive to you, because you're going to have a lot more money, especially disposable income, and you'll be able to invest it. Now, there's going to be some of you that are caught up in gambling, and you're going to gamble it all away, and you're going to wind up ceasing to exist, because that's just what happens to gamblers. And others of you do drugs, and you do alcohol, and you do cigarettes, and you're going to wipe yourselves out, because if $5,000 a year can keep you drunk and high, well, $50,000 a year is going to keep you really drunk and high, and you'll kill yourselves. So those people are going to kind of fall by the boards unless they're able to do something to correct it. And I do believe that there is a way in which you can get away from it. And if you follow the plan and you make sure that you do the things that you're supposed to do, you will be able to get away from it. And then you will be able to become a viable part of the legal society. And that will be a great thing for you, because you and your family will be able to benefit as well. As I said, in 2001, this was supposed to be a national plan. Well, the alliance and President Trump wanted it to be a global plan. The globalists had not just attacked the American people, they had attacked all of the people throughout the entire world. Everybody from the 1860s or 70s on, and 1871 was the period of time when the big bills and the big acts went through Congress and were signed into law here in this country, and similar things were happening in other parts of the world at various times during that particular period. Anyway, they decided that it was going to become an international, global thing. So we weren't just going to see the greatness happen just in the United States, but it's going to happen worldwide. That's one of the reasons why, if President Trump goes to any other country in the world, the people are fawning over him, because of the fact that they are so happy that he wants to include them into what the American people are going to receive. I think it's a real shame when you see American people rioting because they are upset over the whole thing as it's being implemented, when they should be very thankful, because of the fact that this new system is going to put everybody on the map. Everybody will have an economic system that they themselves will be able to control. You will be able to do anything that you want to do. It will be possible. There are things called crypto coins, for example, and it will be possible that you can take those crypto coins, and by purchasing a few at a lower rate, you will be able to cash them in at a much higher rate, an astronomical rate. All you need to do is to be able to figure out which ones are going to increase and which ones are going to completely cease to exist. And if you do the research properly, you will, in fact, find the 2 or 3 crypto coins that are going to be the engine that runs the entire economy. And if you find those, it will be worth billions of dollars to you and to your economy. Now, I think that there are a lot of places that you can find that information. But if you're patient and you look for that information, you will find that information, and you'll become wealthy beyond your dreams. You won't have to punch a clock in the new economy necessarily. Some of you will, and you'll want to. And that will be a great thing for you, because you will have more income, a lot more disposable income to do the things that you want to do, vacations and so on. And you won't have to worry about taking care of your family. But there are going to be certain people that are going to find different things to invest in. And all of these different things that they invest in are going to have astronomical returns. You may invest a few dollars in a small item, and suddenly that small item is worth thousands of dollars. And once it's worth the higher money, you cash it in, and you have millions of dollars to work with. Now you can invest in other things, and you'll be able to continue to invest as long as you're making a profit. And if you do the research, you'll be fine. You'll become a great investor, and you'll have a lot of money to work with. I want to talk about the entire apparatus and how it's going to be set up, and what's going to happen. And we'll begin that on the next video. For right now, we want you to please give us a like. We also would like for you to subscribe to this channel and our DSR Chats channel. But most importantly, you have a good day. The way you have a good day is if your good prayers reach the throne of God. And if they do reach the throne of God, they are, in fact, good prayers. And you will have a good day. And so with that being said, you have a good day.